A brand new season upon us, and once again, head coach Jim Ramazinski of the Evergreen Park Mustang football team down here at the 9-foot homemade Oak Bower. How are you, Coach?
Very good and very excited to get started with the season.
Yeah, I mean, look, another exciting year in front of you. We're going to go through the schedule today. We're going to talk about what you got coming up here for your first game. We're going to talk about what the team's been doing to prepare, what your off season is like. But first of all, let's just get to you. Like, how's the summer been for you? Any big news? Did you take a trip since I last saw you? Like, what's been going on with the Ramazinskis?
We had a great summer. Couple trips, smaller trips this summer. We did a bigger trip over last Christmas, which was a lot of fun. So spent some time with the family, but got going with football camp all summer. Some of my kids were up at camp a lot this summer watching. It was a great summer.
Are you thinking football all year long? Like, after the last time we spoke, like, do you spend January, February, March just thinking about the team, or do you get a mental break?
I was talking with one of our coaches the other day, who also has been a head coach in multiple other, he was a head football coach, head track coach, multiple programs. And we both talked about how when you're in this position, there's not one day that goes by, even if it's Christmas morning, that you don't think a little bit about it. So I would say, no, yeah, it's topic of mind. I mean, you mentioned those months, those off-season months. We started lifting and, training in December, and we had a great off-season, a lot of participation, and guys really taking ownership of the off-season this year. And, the results can see. We put our weight room board up. You see the results up there, guys making progress. And, we look strong and we look ready to go.
Yeah, one of the things that I've heard about you, and people have mentioned it since the last time we sat down, he's at everything. Like, you're at all these different camps. You show up at sporting events. It's like you're making connections with every kid that's a potential future football player for the program. Is that a fair way to kind of characterize you? Like, I keep hearing he's always around town. He's kind of meeting everybody, because anybody could be the potential of be a future player.
Well, you have to do that. I want to build a state championship caliber program, and you only do that by getting everybody here. And I spent a lot of times with the EP Stallions. They're a great organization. They got great leadership. They have great parents, great kids. Spent a lot of time at Most Holy Redeemer Football. Again, another program that's excellent, great leadership. And, both of those youth programs put out good football players. So it's a no-brainer. You have to go watch them, cheer them on. We were just at the Stallions game yesterday, myself, watching them, and it was actually pretty cool. Our football players, they have their uniforms now, and they did like a little media day, and part of it was they actually came to the Stallions game dressed in their uniform.
Oh, okay.
And they just popped over, walked around, waved, took a few pictures, and it was cool seeing the Stallions kids. They loved it, and the parents loved it. Everybody was getting a kick out of it. So the team camaraderie is really high right now. I'm really proud of these guys and just looking forward to a great season. They've been working hard. They've been great leaders in the community, great leaders in the school to start the year, and that's what we want to see, and hopefully it carries over to the field.
All right, so what kind of team we got this year? I mean, are we a throwing team? We a running team? We a balanced team? Are we a defense first team? Like, how do you describe your team?
I'm the defensive coordinator, so
well,
we're always defense first. No, we'll be balanced, run pass. We got some great athletes out there. Defensively, we got a lot of guys with experience now who are flying around. They look really good. A lot of familiar faces back. On defense, you got Josh Matheny returning. He'll be a cornerback for us. One of our stronger senior leaders and players. He's got a few offers for college football. You'll have a Marion Evans, who's going to be a two-way player for us. One of our few two-way players right now.
Only a few of them, huh?
Yeah, we've got...
there's been years where there's a lot of them, so that's to me it feels like that's progress.
Week one, that's how it's lined up.
Right.
Obviously you adjust, but no, our numbers are up, and that helps. And, going back to what you said, being in the community, doing that, building those relationships as young as possible to kind of make everyone want to be a part of it. And, we saw some results. Our Frost Soft team is as big as I've been here, and as big as a lot of people can remember, varsity numbers are up, and with that, you got more guys to choose from. So ideally, we don't want 5-6 guys going both ways. One or two, sure, that's fine. But 5 or 6, he's got guys doing too much on the field. It's hard for him. So,
do you have guys that have joined this team this year that are brand new to the school? Like, do freshmen make the varsity team, or is that one of those things where they could be undersized when they first get there?
We have one freshman on varsity this year. Jalen Chawthon's his name. He's a great athlete, great player, and he'll be a varsity player
right away.
Well, yes, he looks the part, and he is the part, so he'll be there.
That's awesome. You say something like that, I say to myself, well, I hope that works out, because you get a kid that shows up his first year and he's on your high school football varsity team. Then you have to imagine you got 4 years where he's just going to get better, and he's going to be a focal point.
This year is going to be fun because we have a lot of great senior leadership, but we also are going to be loaded with young guys. We'll have 4 sophomores up. Brady Bruin will be playing quarterback. We got a couple offensive linemen that'll help us out a lot. Kavion Wright, Fred Arnold, sophomores, and Jake Bishop will be out at receiver for us as a sophomore. And then, the names that you've heard from last year, Tyler Phelps, the junior class that's coming back. Tyler Phelps, he's our only junior captain on the team right now. And, he is going to be making plays out there for us. Corey Isaac's back. Got a lot of playing time at starting running back last year as a sophomore. So we've seen a lot of growth from him. Gavin Wheeler, another junior that's back, starting middle linebacker for us last year, might be getting some playing time on offense. And then, like all our seniors that are back, I'd like to give a shout out to some of the guys that I feel really been working hard. Jesus Galvin and Axel Salgado, they're 2 of our linebackers. They're leaders all the time in the school, in the weight room, on the field. Aramos Campos is coming back at offensive line. Dom Nava coming back, offensive line. He'll be a 3-year starter for us. Josh Love returning as an offensive lineman. Alberto Aranda returning as a defensive lineman. These are all guys that came back and, either were a full-time starter or played significant time last year. So we're hoping to see a lot of growth from those guys.
All right, so outlook-wise, I look at the schedule. There's some new schools on here. This has been explained before. You sign a contract with the non-conference schools, and it's basically one home, one away. So for a couple years, you'll see the same schools in the early part of the schedule. This year, these are some new faces that we're going to be seeing. You're actually going to play the Ag School.
They're a second-round playoff team.
Are they really? I mean, this is going to be a pretty good game to start off with. That's what you're kicking off against, right? They're
well coached. Pat Aide is their head coach. Him and I were teammates in high school.
Oh, this is going to be like a rivalry.
But
oh man, like we got former teammates coaching teams against each other on the south side.
One of my former high school coaches is on their coaching staff, and they're phenomenal. I mean, this is we could joke about a rivalry, but these 2 guys I've known for a while, Pat Aide, Bill Green, they're great guys, great coaches. So I know, I'm proud that they're doing a good job, but I know we have a big job in front of us on our first game to make sure we start the season off right with a win. So it's going to be a tough sledding for us with them, but we're confident that we're prepared.
And then I also see on here you get Tinley Park. So
that's our crossover game with the blue side of the SSC. So
and that's based upon record the year before. Yeah. So they were at the same point in their
They had a little bit of a better record than us. They ended up 5-5 making the playoffs, but how they placed within their conference, we tied them. So we're playing them. That'll be a home game, and we got 5 home games this year. By comparison to last year, that's awesome.
Yeah, you guys are road warriors last year.
We only had 3 home games last year, so that was tough. And, obviously, when we get closer to it, I'll talk more about it, but we got homecoming on September 26th against Revis, and we are doing a fan fest beforehand, so we'll keep reminding everyone about that, but that should be a great night on at EP.
And the other thing that's really interesting to me is you finish off the season on your schedule. I mean, I'm kind of jumping around here, but you finish off against Richards.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's always like a really tough contest. And so as a coach, do you sit there and say, when I get to that game, like I want to win that game, right? Like I want my team to be flying high, but you kind of already want to be playoff bound too before you get to that game, right? Or does that even cross your mind? When you look at a schedule, do you do what like Bears fans do when they look at the schedule and they go, how many wins do we have here? Do you do the same thing as a coach? Do you say, I want to be here by the time I face this team?
Every coach does that.
Yeah, okay.
And if they say they don't,
they're lying.
I don't believe them. But they might. I don't know. You always kind of take a look and you kind of you look at games to see which ones you feel, confident in, which ones are going to be the ones that are going to be 50-50s, tough games. And then on Richards, Richards' reputation speaks for themselves. They made it to the state semis last year, only to lose to East St. Louis, the only public school team that won a state championship. And, you keep that going, years of success. But at some point, if you want to break into that category, you just got to keep trying.
You got to beat them.
You got to keep going.
Yeah, you said it earlier in the interview. You were like, I want to build a state championship caliber team. And you don't get to be a state championship caliber team until you face a team like that and on your home field going into the postseason and beat them.
This is not just Richard specific, because I got a ton of respect for Coach Sheehan and that program. But you have to, at some point, look at these teams like Richards that are, perennial state contenders, perennial state powers. And you have to say that's what we're trying to go.
Right.
And, for young kids, sometimes it's hard for them to see it, but it's a process, it's progress, and we're hoping that we're going to continue to build this season to get to that level.
All right, so as we head into this game now, the first one, we'll get back to the Ag School. We'll finish off just kind of talking about this game specifically. It's coming up here on the 28th. It's right before the Labor Day weekend. I mean, you're back to school, and you just got these kids back in the classrooms. First game, how do you approach first game here? Is it an awful lot of just kind of just saying the message over and over again, this is the type of team we are, this is what we're going to do, let's get off on the right foot, because it really sets the tone, right? I mean, that's why this game is such a big deal.
I think the first game is the most important game of the regular season.
Yeah.
Always. You got to get to a certain amount of wins to qualify. You got to get to a certain amount of wins to be playoff bound. And getting one early, always, it just is a confidence booster. It helps you out with your season. And obviously, you start off with a win, you're working towards everything you need. A first game can't make or break your season. I went to a first game one time and, this was a different school. We lost 55-7. And I thought we were going to go 0-9 after that.
You're like, oh no, we're terrible. Yeah.
We just played the worst game ever. We came back the next week and beat a team that was ranked top 25, but that we had no business beating. So it doesn't make or break you, but obviously you want to start strong.
Okay. Well, the Ag School, it's a road game, 4:15 on the 28th. Good luck with the first game. Good luck with the season. I'm looking forward to talking to you all season long.
Yep. Thank you very much. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody out at our home games, and go Mustangs.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.